Hi guys, it's Dave here at HumbleTrekker channel. Hope you're doing great today. I've been doing a bit of work in the backyard, a bit of bad planning, bad prepping. I've run out of petrol for the chainsaw and I really can't be bothered to drive into the city just to buy some petrol. I've got no other reason to go there. So instead, I've had in my cupboard for a couple of months now a SanRenMu fixed blade waiting to be reviewed. So I've broken out the camera and I'll review that instead of chopping out wood. Let's look at a knife. Come on guys, gather around, let's take a look at this. I'm going to unbox it. I don't normally unbox. Look at it, oh, it's icy, it's just sliding off. Anyway, gather around, it's cold, we've got to get through this. It's the SanRenMu S611. Whip it out of the box, comes in a little bit of bubble wrap, and you get a Kydex-alike sheath. I'm not going to say it's actually Kydex, but it's like Kydex. And on the back you get a rotating clip, so you can attach it to your belt or to whatever strap and you can rotate it a full 360 degrees. And there's a U clip there, and you can take off this bracket, put it on the other side to make it a left hand carry, or remove it entirely to turn it into a neck knife. So you see, this one comes with a kind of sandy orange G10 handles. It's full tang. There's a little loop there for a lanyard for crushing your nuts, and it's a sort of, I guess you'd say, a saber grind, modified saber grind, slight drop point, profiled blade, jimp in there, upward thumb ramp, sharpening choil, nice belly. To point out, it's a slim blade. Look at that, it's slim. And if you don't like these orangish, sandy orange G10 handles, it also comes in black and blue, and I would say it's kind of like a light sand blasted finish. The metal is 8CR MOV. It's a 9.5 centimetre blade. That's about 3 inches, and it's 19 centimetres overall length. Let's do some testing. I'm going to keep this testing simple. I'm going to break it down into 3 sections. I'm going to go for out of the box sharpness, strength and comfort, and then give an overall description of the features and functions and my final summary conclusion about the blade. So let's kick it off with out of the box sharpness. Piece of nylon mooring rope, nice, adequate. That's the sharpness test, a more than adequate out of the box sharpness. Let's go to the strength test. Let's go for some common or garden batoning. This is a piece of pine. Make sure I get right on the tip here. Ooh la la. Again. Ooh la la. And again. One last one to get right down to the splints. Let's take it up the camera, give it an examination. Thought it was a chip, but it's not, it's just a wet ice. Anyway, wasn't much of a test, was it? Bit of batoning. Any piece of steel should be able to do that. Let's do a tip test. Let's stab it into something and give it a twist. Got an idea for a tip test. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it off, but let's hammer it. Do you see that's in the frame, is it? Let's hammer it into this log. Yeah. So that's gone in, got all of the tip bit, and then Well, this is good. And then let's do a bit of a Captain Caveman action. Fair test, nothing too dramatic. I've got to put it out now. This is always the funny part of the videos. Oh, came out quite well. The moment of truth. It's not bent. I'm going to give that 5+ stars for tip strength. That's really impressive. Really good, because I really did whack that down. You saw it. So off the sharpness test, very good sharpness. It's actually quite difficult to do when it's really down in the frozen temps I got today. You lose your manipulation of your fingers when you're trying to do fine cutting on the paper and stuff like that, and the paper seems to get a little bit soggy, but I've tested it indoors before the video. It did have a very good sharp edge out of the box. I hadn't strength tested it, but I slammed that into that log there, and I slammed it down all the way to the log, and the log hitting other logs. Does not appear, no, it's not bent in the tip one iota. Fantastic. I'll do some carving now and see, because my main concern about this knife is it's a very thin knife. Now it's thin, but it's not actually that light. I don't think there's any lightning holes in the underneath the scales, and if they are, they're quite small. So it's still quite a robust feeling knife, even though it's a very thin kind of elegant styling. But with that slim handle, my main concern is when you're carving with it, how comfortable it's going to be. So let's do a bit of carving. I'm not going to do anything too elaborate. I'm just going to do some test carving, get a feel of the comfort of the handle. Of course, wearing gloves, it's not going to be the same type of comfort as if you're barehanded. I'll take that into account. Right. I'll come back and catch you guys later. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, as suspected, I think just by looking at this handle you can tell it's not going to be the most comfortable for carving. You can see how my hand fits in there. It's not the longest of handles, and it is also slim, and if you were going to do a lot of carving with this, you're going to get some pain there in the crook of your thumb there. I'm feeling it from this handle, and you're going to cramp up. It's not a long-term carver, that's for sure. So carving comfort, I'm going to have to give it a C-, a D+. But it's got other things, positives on its side, and not everybody's looking for a hard carver, are they? This is the feature on the knife which I think is absolutely killer, and that is the belt. I love the low profile Kydex alike sheath, and there's a little steel tab. You click at the back, or you press at the back, and then you can rotate it so you can carry it, scout carry like that, upside down like that, and there's like 9 set positions, indents that will stop on, maybe 9. It goes around the full 360, and there's one like at every point of the compass. I'm fumbling all fingers and thumbs because I'm a bit numb due to the cold. And then when it does reach the indent point, it stays fairly firm. I've got another SanRenMu knife which has got the same system. I think it's got the S625, and just to let you know, guys, it's fairly secure in just general bumping and grinding with the knife, but if you really do crank down on it, so you get it caught in a branch or something like that and you're trying to squeeze through a tight spot, if you really do crank down on it, you will break the indent on it and it'll go to the next spot. I'll see if I can do that. Yeah, you see I did it there. Now it's not going because it's getting stuck on my trousers, but let me take it out there. So there it's on the indent, and if I really thump it, you will break the indent, but you do have to give it a fairly good thump to break the indent, just to let you know. Another point on the sheath is retention strength, and you do have good retention strength on this. This isn't falling out in any normal circumstances. The thumb ramp, there's a thumb ramp on the sheath, you push down on it and then that will release it, but just like that, you see it's a very strong retention. Another plus for the knife. Overall rating and slating, big thumbs up for this knife. It is a $20 knife on gearbest.com. Link down in the description box. Out of the box sharpness, excellent. Toughness, excellent. The only fail mark is for comfort of hard carving, but then knives can't be all things to all men. Positives, I like the styling a lot. Nice, slim, elegant knife. I like the sheath a lot. The quality of the build, really good, and I love the price. So, big thumbs up. Don't get it if you want to do a lot of hard carving. Everything else, this is probably going to be right at home for you. Take it easy, guys. Until the next time, have a great one.